Hello, YouTube. It's the Utopian Buddha. So today I want to talk about meditation and how it can either increase your neuroses if you do it the wrong way or if you don't have the particular psychological disposition to be amenable to meditation, or it can heal your neuroses, right? So Carl Jung says that neurosis is so a simple definition of neurosis is anxiety and depression, right? People who suffer from neurotic disorders, they're highly anxious and they can be very depressed, and that's a result of being stuck in your ego, being stuck in your mind, being stuck in this little self with all of its problems and issues. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Hold up. Oh man, I gotta sneeze. I'm making a video, but you know how you have to sneeze and like it's in your nose, but you can't quite sneeze, and you have to sneeze, but you can't, but whatever. Okay, so meditation, right? So for people like me, I've never really been neurotic. As a child, I've always kind of been whatever, I've never had anxiety or depression as a child. So for a lot of people, meditation serves as an opening of the ego to the higher self. And if you open up to the higher self, it also opens you up to your unconscious, and it brings light to the darkness within you, or the darkness to the light, right? But for some people who are neurotic, Carl Jung defines neuroses as when you're neurotic, your ego is constantly working in the background, sometimes consciously, sometimes it's in the background. Your ego is constantly working to tamp down all of the issues in your unconscious and all of the autonomous complexes, like the autonomous energies and the autonomous emotions, right? So when an emotion is autonomous, that means you've dissociated it from the whole of your psyche. Your psyche is supposed to function as a center whole, right? And if you want to look at it in spiritual terms, the psyche is like the circle, right? And God, or spiritual realization, is the center of that circle. So when you realize that center of the circle, all of your psychological complexes and all of the archetypes and all of the different forces within your psyche find harmony with each other, right? But when you're neurotic, that meditation can actually do the opposite, right? I've had friends who have been suffering from depression, and they've tried to meditate, but all that meditation does with them is it doesn't open them up to their higher self. It just makes them more conscious, right? It makes them more conscious of their ego. It makes them more conscious of what their ego is doing to tamp down and to repress all of the anxiety and depression within them, right? Because their thoughts they're constantly, right? The ego is just not your thoughts. It's like an energetic formation, right? So when you're neurotic and you're not doing the right kinds of meditation, it can actually make you more aware of your suffering. It will make you more aware of your neuroses. It will make you more anxious, more depressed sometimes. Because you're not opening up to your higher self, you're not opening up to the healing forces of the psyche. You're actually highlighting the distinction between the conscious and unconscious, right? Okay, here's how to put it. So when you meditate, you're heightening your consciousness, right? You're heightening the conscious. But if you're neurotic, that heightening of consciousness simply represses the unconscious even more. Whereas the goal of meditation is to heighten your consciousness by integrating the unconscious, right? You release the conscious mind into a higher consciousness, and this higher consciousness includes the unconscious and integrates the unconscious within it. And there's some different techniques like Vipassana meditation and yoga, right, which really gets you into your body and your subtle body and gets you out of your mind, which can potentially help with neurotic people who are trying to meditate, right? You have to find what works for you. I mean, I guess that's my little spiel. All right, guys, have a good one.